As people continue to mourn the loss of lives in El Paso and Dayton from the shootings over the weekend, many searching for answers. But beyond the political sound bites, as I promised you earlier in the show, we wanted to get to the root cause and talk about how do we start to address this problem of violence in our communities. The question remains, why does this have to happen? Can it be prevented? President Trump said that it starts, the solution anyway, with a cultural change.
We must stop the glorification of violence in our society. This includes the gruesome and grisly video games that are now commonplace. It is too easy today for troubled youth to surround themselves with a culture that celebrates violence. We must stop or substantially reduce this, and it has to begin immediately.
I want to bring in a behavioral specialist to weigh in on this, Esther Mills. Esther, welcome to Chasing News. How are you?
Good. Thank you, Bill.
So, Esther, first question, forgetting for a moment what the president addressed in terms of violent video games, etc. You and I had a conversation on the radio this morning, and you really hit the nail on the head, and I wanted to share it with our television audience about the role of parents and how it relates to violent kids.
Yes, research shows that permissive parenting creates aggressive children. I come in on cases where the child might be suicidal or have had a homicidal past. And for the most part, there's always a permissive parent lurking in the distance. And a permissive parent is a parent that doesn't have boundaries or is inconsistent with boundaries or indulges the child. And it creates an insecurity in the child. And I think that's where the aggression stems from.
Well, what do you tell parents to do when their kids are young to help this progress so that you can prevent this in the future, at least with some?
They have to set up boundaries with the kids. Let the kids know what they can or cannot do, what is expected behavior, what is unexpected behavior. And then they have to hold the boundary and they have to be consistent because you want them to understand in the long run what the boundary actually is and why it's there.
So maybe it's time for a little bit of tough love in America, huh?
Yes.
Thank you, Esther. Good to talk to you. Appreciate you joining me tonight.
Okay. Thank you.